guys, what's going on? This is your old pal CHH. So today we're doing something very different for the channel. We're talking about something I don't think I've ever formally talked about on my channel, and that is Star Wars. Now the truth is, I am a Star Wars fan in the sense that I think everybody is kind of a fan, especially if you're at least my age. I'm 32. I grew up watching episode, I guess you would call them 4, 5, and 6 all the time. Return of the Jedi was the one I would throw on literally almost every day in like 2099, 2000. Whenever I got that gold VHS box set, I just remember watching Return of the Jedi constantly. That was my favorite one as a kid. But at the time, I didn't realize that I was watching versions of the movie that were altered. Now, if you're watching this, odds are you know as much, if not way more than me. I know there are Star Wars aficionados out there. The movies were changed. George Lucas went back to the editing room and altered things, updated things, changed things, improved CGI, and improved stuff with CGI, and I use the word improve lightly because some people hate CGI. So he put the paintbrush back on those movies, especially in, episode 4 where we saw, Han Solo shoot first, and then boom, all of a sudden he retaliates. So he really tried to make those movies a little more friendly, kid friendly, although I could argue that they already were. But anyway, I didn't realize at the time that was going to be the way those movies were going to be seen. Now I think there were DVD releases that came out that included the despecialized versions, but that was, I think, the last time. Again, if I'm off on this, I apologize. I actually have special edition Laserdisc versions, or the last Laserdisc versions that came out before 97, I think, which was when that box set came out, the gold box set. So I have versions of the films on Laserdiscs that are the original versions, and I think that, those are still one of the better ways to watch the movies. So the point of this video today, guys, is I want to show you something that is really cool. Now, I posted about these on Instagram, and I got a flood of responses. People were begging me, I want to own this, I want to have this, please tell me where I can get it. Let me show you what I'm talking about, guys. What you're looking at here is 4K releases of Star Wars 4, 5, and 6. Now, let's look at these individually, and then we'll talk. We'll talk about this. Here is A New Hope on 4K UHD, and includes a Blu-ray, the original version of the film. Pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. My favorite artwork of the three right here, guys. Empire Strikes Back. Now that is gorgeous. As I've gotten older, I can say that this is my favorite one out of the original three. And I love this red. Return of the Jedi on 4K UHD. Alright. And just for something cool, my friend Rick, who actually sent me these, actually even sent me this 4K that is a bonus feature disc. It includes the making of Star Wars on disc 1. Disc 2 is the special effects, The Empire Strikes Back. Disc 3 is classic creatures, Return of the Jedi. And disc 4 is From Star Wars to Jedi, the making of a saga. So it is special feature discs in here, which is just super rad. And I'm enjoying watching these. I am on the Empire Strikes Back disc now. I just finished the making of Star Wars, which was told through the guise of, C-3PO and all that. So yeah, what are these? You're probably asking yourself, if you don't know, these are homebrews, which is a formal way of saying bootleg. Some people don't like the term bootleg. These are extremely cool. This is something I think every fan should be able to have. Every Star Wars fan should have these. Unfortunately, these are not legitimate 4Ks. These are homebrewed / bootleg 4Ks. Now, Rick, a friend of mine who's a fan of the channel, sent me these. I did not pay for these. He gifted me these. And I need people to remember that term, gifted me these, because that's a very important thing. This is not something that you can readily buy online. Why can you not buy it online? For a number of reasons. Number one, there's a touchy thing with bootleg stuff. Some people can do it. It's a lot of stuff that's maybe out of print. Let me give you an example. There's a show called Nightmare Cafe. It was a show that Wes Craven, I think, produced, and it actually had Robert Englund in it. That show was gone. It lasted like a half a season, and it was pulled. It was gone. You can go on Etsy and get a DVD or a Blu-ray of that show ripped, and whoever sells those, they'll probably never hear a word. They'll probably be A-okay. Nothing. who's going to claim the show? This is Star Wars. Let me give you an example of how touchy this kind of thing is. I have a small business that I run. It's called You Need a Candles. You should check us out. Go to our Instagram, You Need a Candles, or go to youneedacandles.com. Excuse me, I sell wax melts. Damn, that came out of nowhere. I sell wax melts and candles, and they're all movie-based themed stuff, a lot of horror movie-based themed stuff. They smell great, better than anything you get in the store. So check us out. We did a Ninja Turtles wax melt where we just made imagery art for the melts, and Viacom pulled us. They said, nope, you're done. If somebody were to try to start selling these through an Etsy, through a website, or even on a Facebook group, I would not be surprised if Disney or whoever, the big probably Disney, which I think they own all these movies now, would strike the hammer down and strike it down fast. Now, you could be saying, well, Christian, these are cuts of the movies that aren't used anymore. And I can understand that argument, but I think anybody that tried to actually sell these would be in big trouble. They would be like, you need to stop now or don't try us. That's the feeling I would get. And you're probably asking, well, Christian, are these actual 4Ks? Well, they're definitely on 4K discs, and I'll explain to you what Rick told me. The discs, everything about this is done so well, right? Look at that. There's a Blu-ray and a 4K disc. These 4Ks are done. Let me just show you the email. He told me that the people that created these restorations, and I think the term was these are 35 millimeter restorations. Now, what I have to assume by that, like I said, here's the email where he gave me the information, guys. What I have to assume by this is that these are restorations of like a print of the movie, because I don't know if these people, nobody can probably get the negative of the footage, the actual negative. That stuff is probably vaulted in 17 locks. I don't think that's possible to get. And I watched these, and they look good, but it definitely looks like you're taking a print of the film and you're restoring it. And it's a nice way to watch the movies. It looks pretty damn good. The only thing about these that could bother people is the skin tones are a little washed out. And I think naturally they're a little washed out because, you know, they're taking a print for this. And but other than that, there's like a good level of sharpness to these. And you're getting the original version of the movie, the original version of the movie. And watching this, the original way Empire Strikes Back, watching the original 35 print of this was sensational. I mean, this movie to me is just, I think this is the best Star Wars film, but I'm very much a casual, so I don't know if that's a controversial thing to say or not. But they look and sound pretty damn cool for being, you know, these homebrewed things. And it's just really, it's really cool. Now, I feel guilty almost doing this video because, like I said, I want people to be able to own this. But this is a thing where you kind of gotta... It's difficult. Like, Rick was telling me, he was like, dude, I can't sell these. Are you kidding me? Like, I can't do that. Like, this is something you can... I told him I wanted to do a video about this. And he's like, of course, you know. But it's very difficult, and I feel guilty because these are not things you can just go online and buy. You either need to find somebody and do it privately offline, or I think there's ways to download these restorations online and you can watch them easily. But in terms of getting somebody to make you these, you need to either learn how to do this or find somebody who can do it for you. But it's difficult, right? Because you can't find somebody that can do these publicly, because I think when I say get in trouble, what I really mean is, like, you'll get shut down, like, and then you'll have eyes on you. It's just one of those things. Like, we learned our lesson. Viacom properties, you know, we don't put any of the imagery on our melts anymore because it's just like they notice. Like Viacom Nickelodeon was like, nope, shut that down. So we had to pull our turtle stuff down. So, like, with this kind of stuff, I just can see this. Whoever tries to publicly say, hey, even if you say, I'm just going to charge you for the cases, the discs, I'm not going to charge you anything in terms of me trying to make a profit on the film. Even so, I think it could be one of those things where it's just like, nope. Like, Disney would be like, nope, shut it down. And it's just a shame. I really think Lucas should just get his head out of his ass a little bit and just, like, you know what? What's it hurting? Like, yeah, put out the original versions of the film on 4K. You know how much money that would make ungodly amount of money. An ungodly amount of money. And I would absolutely buy them if they put these out, the original version. So, yeah, there it is, guys. Like I said, I feel guilty doing this, but I at least want you guys to be able to live somewhat vicariously through this. So, just check that out, guys. This is what could be in another universe. Star Wars. The Empire Strikes Back. And, of course, Return of the Jedi, guys. So, there it is. I know it's bad news, but, you know, I just wanted to do a video so I can show this and kind of answer the questions. I got a ton of messages about this, guys. Unfortunately, there are a number of reasons why you can't easily just own these. But I want you guys to at least see these that are big fans. So, thank y'all for watching, and hopefully one day, fate will change. Huge giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind the scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.